right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. Thanks to ACOB for the throw over. Hopefully, everybody is watching their ratings stream about the upcoming August releases. I have feelings about some of the releases, but that's their show. We've discussed it on my stream before. I think that was their first time on 72-hour stream. So that's really rad that they were included and brought a lot of people in and got a lot of viewers. And hopefully that spreads out to getting some of the newer and smaller channels, some subscriptions and some likes and some love. So welcome. Let me know in the chat if you can hear and see everything okay. Everything's looking good. So I was able to slot in my regular 7 or 8 o'clock time frame, and we'll be here again to kind of usher it out on Sunday. There'll be a few after that, but we'll do the regular 10 a.m. slot on Sunday Central Time. Hello, Greg. Hello, Justin. First time chatting with Justin. Hello, Zsue and Brickable Cow, and who else popped in? Jesse's Bricks Galaxy. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good evening. I may not be able to keep up with everybody, but I'm going to do my best. Multigasm Geek, welcome to come in. Lego Team B, new name I saw starting today on the streams. Welcome, everybody. I am going to get into the builds. Today we're building the Bumblebee, the icon set. Came out July 1st, right? So I was able to order this like 11 p.m. whatever, July 1st. But then I was at Brick Rodeo all last week. And hello, minifigure collector. How are you? Brick Rodeo happened this last weekend, and it was a smash. It was a smash hit. It went well. I felt like we had a lot of good designers. We had a lot of good people. Hello, Haley. Everybody, thank you to Haley for setting us up this year and taking the baton and getting us all organized and herding all the cats. So I appreciate you reaching out to everybody and saying, "Hey, you want to be part of this? Let's do this." So I hope people fill in the gaps overnight. I know Johnny stepped up, even though it's going to be 2 a.m. for him. Generally, we have like an Australian contingent that kind of fills in those gaps. I didn't see a lot of those names. But yeah, thank you very much, Haley, for getting this rocking. Real quick, I wanted to share before we get into building Bumblebee. So Brick Rodeo happened this last weekend, and we are all very proud of it. And I wanted to share a little bit because nobody else in the 72-hour stream, I think, was there. I looked through the names, and I didn't recognize anybody who said they were going to be there except for Justin, but Justin and I are in the same city. So Brick Rodeo happened, and it was 4 days for all access passes, and then 2 days in one time slot for the public viewing days. And there was lots of games and lots of workshops and lots of talks. Our guest speaker was Steve Guinness, the gentleman from the UK who designed and had his ideas set for the typewriter. So that was him. He was there and he gave a workshop and he gave a talk. I think he was also on Lego Masters, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. We also had a handful of Lego Masters there giving their talks. And then we had a lot of amazing builds. The build of if you follow me on Instagram, or even Blue Sky, really, I posted a couple videos. I've got one on TikTok about the Mars base, the huge Mars base collaborative that went down. And then we had, just some great mocks. The mock of the fan favorite was I think fan favorite and best of show. I'm not sure about fan favorite now that I think about it, but best of show. Fan favorite was the very tall Wayne Tower, and best of show was it's the Elizabeth Tower, or the Big Ben, basically. And it's amazing build. So if you can look up the hashtag Brick Rodeo 2024, you should be able to see most of the stuff there. So this is kind of the stuff that we got. So we get this nice swag bag with like a tag on it, nice rubbery tag, pen, some stickers in the outside pocket, right? So that's some cool stuff. And then on the mock, the con mock was a belt buckle that you can build. And it actually comes with the hardware for you to be able to wear it as a belt, right? These are, the models on the back are the mock designer's kids. Isn't that lovely? I haven't even opened mine yet to build it, but it does come with the hardware so you can thread it through your own belt and build it. So this turned out really wonderful. It has the con on it and a printed torso. So yeah, that was a highlight. I can't wait to get that belt. We got bags of parts. A lot of these parts in here are just cool parts, but they come with different, so like cool parts. And then there's some con specific. So like the Steve Guinness kit, he went over movements, how to do some simple movements. And then there's different workshop parts in here. So this was very cool. This is a lot of pieces that everybody got. I'm still jonesing on this bag here. This is just a wonderful bag that we all got. We all got some minifigures, right? Some space minifigures. Some printed brick. Everybody gets printed bricks and tiles, right? With your name and everything on it. So that's pretty cool. There's a pen in here that was really cool. And then we got a Will Heron shirt, which I think this was a great shirt this year. This is purple. I know it shows up as blue on the thing, but yeah, at the top of the hour, every hour it would gong when people would walk in. So that was really cool. So it was a good event. I can't wait for it next time. Next year, it will be in Sugarland, Texas, which is outside of Houston. So 2025, keep an eye out for Brick Rodeo in Sugarland, Texas. Tickets, if they're same as this year, will go on sale pretty early for all access passes. So keep an eye out on Brick Rodeo socials. If you have questions about what it was like to be there, just let me know. I won an award. Let's see if I can put this back together. My Horizon Zero Dawn won for best, so we can get this back together, best video game. So Horizon Zero Dawn won for best video game mock at the event. So I'm very pleased about that. This is my second. Where's the first one? Do I still have it? So this will go along with my Brick Fiesta trophy for best architecture for the Capitol that I did in 2019. So that was so now I've got 2 awards. Very happy about that. Brick Rodeo was Brick Fiesta before, but we had to change our name for reasons. This is a gift with purchase I got with Bumblebee. It's 4th of July, some fireworks set, some cool trans pieces in there, a couple good figures. Not too bad. So let's get started on Bumblebee. If you notice either in front of the camera or in front of the thing, we have a fly problem right now, and they're everywhere. And I expect that these lights are going to start attracting them. No idea what happened, but we suddenly just had a bunch of flies. So we've got traps out, and we've got apple cider vinegar and soap and whatever else. So we're doing our best, but we're not, it's like, we're not dirty people, are we? The cat box is clean. The dishes are in the dishwasher. We wiped down counters and whatever. So it was just a craziness thing. So, for all you guys showing up to, for the 72-hour live stream, make sure to go into the description of this video and find all the people in there and give them a subscribe. That's the whole point of this, is to encourage other people to kind of join the community, get their feet wet, doing some live streaming. I know Justin's going to be doing some live streaming, and he's done some before, but make sure you go follow along with him. He's going to be doing some building. And I haven't heard if he's going to do prizes or anything. Hello, Cliff. How are you? Did anybody else join up? Nope. Same group as before. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so this is not going to be a terribly long build. So this will be today and Sunday's build. So we should be able to get through this pretty quick, provided I stop talking. So yeah, the convention was fun. And I am now excited to go through and tear all my stuff apart. We've been streaming long enough that I can do this now. This is the beer for tonight, Thirsty Goat. Thirsty Goat is out of Austin, Texas. Thirsty Planet. And late last year, we had heard they went under. But about 4 or 5 months ago, apparently somebody bought them, and like I think ABW is letting them brew out of their space now, so that's very cool. So if you were a fan of that, if you lived in Austin, if you're a fan of Thirsty Goat, I was at HEB, another Texas thing, mostly Central and South Texas. I think there are HEBs in Dallas and whatnot, but I think we've got a lot here in Austin. What are my August pickups? Honestly, I think the only August pickup I'm going to get, if anything, is going to be the rover, the lunar rover. And we'll put it up here with kind of in with the NASA thing. I may have to clear this all out and just an all NASA thing behind me. All right, so we got Bumblebee, and at the end of the stream, we'll stand him up next to Optimus. Hopefully this time Optimus doesn't fall apart when I handle him. Brave little robot. Brave little bee. I like how they say brave little robot in English, but in French it's un brave petit robot. So there you go. Human's best friend. Oh, and they've got like his info, like the back of the box had the cards that had all the stuff on it. His strength, intelligence, speed, endurance. Rank, courage, firepower, and skill. Courage, he's a 10. Intelligence, 8. I also heard he was a spy. If I remember correctly, he was a spy. So there's a lot of good stuff in here to read. The car itself is not the best. It doesn't much look like a VW Bug. It looks almost like the taxi from Fifth Element, right? If you kind of funked the wheels up a little bit. Hey, James. Yes, this is the community live stream watch party. So interesting, they say that there's a brick separator in here. Oh, there it is. Okay. It is a teal one. I don't know if there's a distinction with the teal or not, but... So James was also at the at Brick Rodeo. James is the designer. Everybody hushed in the chat is the designer of this mock. So he's the one who designed and helped package and helped get this printed and put together. Kudos to him for getting such a wonderful piece together. It's really awesome. Bella the Bricks, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. So if this is your first time on my stream in the chat, let me know where you're coming from and what your favorite Lego theme is. Not necessarily set. We don't have to get too crazy, but favorite theme. Yes, Jaws is, I know a lot of people are clamoring for Jaws. It's not doesn't look like my favorite, but I don't think I'll get that one. If I do, it'd be primarily so I could have a Roy Scheider minifigure, and then I can recreate 2010. Ooh, we're putting these in the anti-stud, or we're putting these in the tube instead of the anti-stud. Thick and Brick sent me. Nice. Thick and Bricks is funny. Their Instagram is full of hate towards the LAN. And I get it. It's the LAN in general. And I'm saying this as an ambassador. Justin's an ambassador too. I feel like there's a misunderstanding about some of the LAN stuff, but I'm not going to say whether that's here nor there. I think his humor is funny. I agree with a lot of the, hey, look, you can tell what sets are coming out by what YouTubers are doing what thing, so. And I have my disagreements, and I have my things about being an ambassador and stuff. But so if anybody has questions about that, I know sometimes it's a little opaque, but if you have questions regarding how that works, feel free to ask. If I'm able to, I will respond. Lego Devastator. Yeah, that's what we need. Not a VW shaped like a penny car. Oh, really? So the little toy that we had, the G1, is not a VW? I thought it was a VW. You love modulars, Marvel, and Disney. Fantastic. There is a friend of ours who would agree with you. Star Wars and icons, cool. Nice. Yeah, Brady and I, or Brady. See, now I'm doing it. Justin and I hang out. His last name is Brady Joyner. We've hung out outside of doing Lego stuff. So there's a few people here in Austin that are big into Lego. We've got kind of a good group in terms of our lug. We've got a big group of people in terms of just like Lego fervor in general. And I'm happy to be here. I'd much rather be here and have to deal with problems with the community than honestly be somewhere that doesn't have a community. So I know that in some cases we have problems with other people or other groups, but I'd rather have that than be in the middle of like Idaho or Wyoming where there's not even a Bricks and minifigs, and you'd have to, drive into Denver or something to go to a lug meeting. So count our blessings, right? Ben Kahn from Ben Lug. So we're starting a new lug, Ben and I, and Big Ben from Houston, and another Ben in our group. We've got 4 Bens in our lug alone. We are going to start Ben Lug, and I think we agreed that our logo is going to be a Blacktron logo, and we're going to try to get like some heads printed that like kind of go above it. The first 3 that took the picture together at the at Brick Rodeo, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Ooh, this is I haven't seen this part in that color. That's going to be great. I used to be a great singer. Something happened to my voice a couple months ago, and I am no longer a great singer. I'm what you would call an earnest singer. I've completely lost all of my voice, which is sad because I really liked singing karaoke. Lego problems aren't real problems. James, you and I both know that they can be. They turn into them. But so everybody, thank you for being here. Again, if you haven't, go to the description of this video, and if you could be so kind as to sub to all the people listed below. If you want to open it in a new tab and do all that, I'd appreciate it. That's the whole reason we're doing this. Big thanks again to Haley Bricks for setting this up this year. I know it's traditionally something that Butt Chop's been doing, but I haven't seen a whole lot of Butt Chop lately, so I'm hoping he's all right. Some new parts in the set and new colors. Oh, and Bumblebee, yeah. I like seeing new stuff. Like, I think this is a new color for that. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen this. These Speed Champion 1-by things are still just in black, so that's fun. Yes, it is. I just joined in for tonight at 1 to 2 a.m. Fantastic. If you're up tonight, 1 to 2 a.m. for you night owls, make sure to go check out Brickable Cow. Give him a moo. Give them a moo. I'm not sure of your identification there. I think it's a him, but you let me know. Interesting that that's in there like that. I don't have any So the convention itself, hey Cliff, I said hi to you earlier. Thanks for being here as always. And you're also here before I shut down. Usually Cliff gets here with like 5 minutes to go. So it's good having you on. And Cliff has been to, at least he said, he's been on everybody's chat so far today on the 72 hour. I think I have been too. There may have been one I missed before ACOB. So I don't remember if I hit that one or not because I was making dinner. And then, of course, overnight, I'm probably going to miss a few, but I'll do my best tomorrow and then into the weekend. I've missed a whole bunch of stuff in here. I got to slow down. Making sure to talk to everybody, and then you forget and you lose track. Okay. Was that it? Yeah, I think so. So, this whole endeavor started 5 years ago, something like that, when aforementioned Butt Chop, I think you can find him Butt Chop 2022 or something like that. Another Lego streamer, was like, you know what? We're all on this all the time anyway, and we all have our own little channels and groups that we hang out with. We should all get together and like run them all in one weekend and just like get everybody to join up. So that's kind of how it started. I don't think I was in the first one, but I was the first year I got into it at a 5 a.m. time slot on like a Thursday or something, and or Friday, and it was not awesome. It was early and there wasn't anybody on to chat with. And this was kind of early on in my streaming days anyway. But since then, it's become quite a thing. So I'm glad that people come in and year out to do it. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm also glad this is the first year I've got to do that. I was able to do my own time slots, because previously I was kind of like, yeah, I'll fill in for this one, or I'll do a random 4 p.m. or 7 a.m. on a Saturday, something like that. Yeah, I haven't seen Cajun in a while either. Are they doing all right? I don't get on their stream a lot, but I know they're there. Hoping they're doing all right. I'm also hoping that everybody, Haley Bricks included, in Houston is doing okay. We had our Houston Brick Club contingent that was helping us at Brick Rodeo, because the two lugs, Houston Brick Club and Tex Lug Austin, kind of share a little bit of duties with each other in terms of one has the con 1 year. Brick Blaze, how's it going? So whatever we do during that event that weekend, we now try to prep for them having theirs next year. So I'll like, the equipment gets packed up that night, that Sunday night. We've got a document that has a transition thing going on for it, so people know what to do next year. So hopefully it runs smoothly. But a lot of them drove home that Sunday night when Beryl hit, Hurricane Beryl. And there's a lot of people still without power, so I'm hoping everyone's okay. I know I've got ex-family, still family, that lives out there. They're without power. So I hope everybody's all right. Yeah, Johnny's first time doing 72 hours as well. He picked up a grunt shift at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. So if you're up, please make sure to go hang out with him a little bit, because he's going to need some company. I don't think, what I need to do is adjust my description, because there's a Google Doc for it that has all the new additions in there too. So I'll need to go through and fix my description in this, and then description for tomorrow or for Sunday as well, because people are joining even at this late hour. Yeah, I am not running volunteers next year in Houston. I'm not even sure I'm going to go next year. It really depends. Not like I don't have a blast doing 12 to 14 hour volunteer days, but and it wasn't that bad this year. I was able to kind of skip out on a little bit to go to a thing, and we didn't have to get there super early. A lot of it was so well set up ahead of time, and full marks to James for running a lot of that, organizing the volunteers, and Vicky for running the volunteers that were there, and then Josh for doing a lot of the heavy lifting on the back end, and Will for doing a lot of the for all of the like commercial vendor, financial, hotel side of things. So I mean, there was a lot that went on behind the scenes, and it was just really well handled. Yeah, so let me go grab that real quick. I'm going to pop out a different tab so this doesn't interrupt this too much. And I'll put that in the chat. But it was a wonderful, wonderful event, and I hope next year that we can have it in another place that may allow for a lot more people to display, a lot more rooms to put in events. I think one of our main complaints, I think, is that the schedule kind of overlapped events, so people had to pick and choose, and they have to like, which happens at a lot of cons. They have to say, well, I can't go to this one build thing and then this other talk. So it's like you got to pick, and I think a lot of people are upset at that. I was kind of like, I think most places are like that. You can't do everything. So we'll look into that. Again, it's a volunteer effort. We're not professional event coordinators, but I think we did a good job. And hopefully the survey comes back positive. So we'll see what happens. I had a good time. The public was great. I like being able to interact with the kids. And I like the way we have it staggered, so not everybody comes in at once. Yeah, so in the chat is the official Google Doc that'll be updated. I'll make sure to change my description once the stream is done, and then for Sunday's stream, I'll just put in the Google Doc as well instead of the long list of channels, which can be a little intimidating. Yeah, that's one of my things. Maybe not this year. Bunna Bricks, how are you? Thanks for being here. I don't think you've ever been on my channel. I appreciate you coming by. That's very sweet. That's one thing I'd like to try. Maybe not this year. And again, I was like, maybe not this year, maybe next year. But we're saving up for a trip to the UK. So I'm trying to reduce or limit the travel that we do. But I'd like to at least go to some more cons just to see what they're like and participate in some games and meet up with some other people. And I think I'd like to go to some smaller cons. Like I don't know that I have a desire to go to Brick World Chicago. It just seems way too overwhelming and everybody wants to go. I feel like that's going to San Diego Comic-Con. You're like, well, there's a million things going on. So like New Mexico Lug, NM Lug is putting on their first event this August, and it's coming up. So I might try to sneak out and go there for a weekend. We'll have to see how that goes. I think it's August 11th. So if I'm able to do that, I will. Oh, okay, cool. Well, thanks again for coming back. I appreciate you coming in. And yeah, usually 72-hour streams. It's going to be a mix. You're going to have people watching, 6 talking heads talking about their favorite. Oh, the flies are just abysmal right now. Upcoming sets, release date stuff. Some people are building. Some people are talking about the mocks. Some people are going over convention stuff. So it's just a mix. I usually work on, for those who haven't been to my channel before, I usually work on design stuff. I will have studio open and I'll be working on my own designs, commissions, things I want to build for some things. So like it would look like something like this, where I'd have, like right now I'm working on new Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Forbidden West stuff. So that's the most current thing I'm working on. Or let's see what else. I need to go back and do, where is it? I need to go back and change my Thundercloud build. The tomatoes are too big, so I need to go back in and fix that. I also work on Q2 Stadium here in Austin, Texas. I think this is the big one. This might chew up memory a little bit, so hang on. I've already got a small one that was at Brick Rodeo. But yeah, so now I'm trying to do a big one, and you can see this is a 32 by 32 plate, so it's going to be pretty big. And I need to get back into doing this. So that's usually what I do on streams like this. I haven't bought a whole lot of sets lately. So I haven't been building like this, but what you'll see on the 72-hour streams is a lot of mix of people doing kind of their own thing. So, just make sure you find the ones you like, you subscribe to them, give them some attention and some eyeballs, and hopefully they pan out for you. Yeah, I also want to go to Cascade, Emerald City. Is Emerald City a Comic-Con, or is it the Lego one? Because that's another one I want to do. I have a feeling August 11th, because it's August 10th and 11th, and I feel like that's like I have to look at my calendar, but I think that's a date that I'm already doing something. So I'm like, I don't want to make plans and then go, oh crap, I have to cancel these other plans. So we'll see. Dove mentioned you wanted to go, and I was like, oh, we could road trip together. Because it's like a 10-hour drive. It's not terrible, but it's almost too close to fly for me. I don't like flying if I don't have to, but hey, what's up, Vab? It's been a while, man. How you doing? Hope all is well. For new people to the channel, Vab is a fellow streamer and rocket NASA enthusiast. VAB, of course, stands for Vehicle Assembly Building. He is, along with Johnny Builds, they're part of Steel City Lug out of Pittsburgh, or Pennsylvania. I think I don't know that they're all in Pittsburgh. But you should check out his channel or look him up on socials. He does a lot of really good work with rocketry, Lego rocketry, basically. Scale of all the stuff that's out. It's really good stuff. You'll be in Illinois? Yeah. Oh, okay. The flies are becoming a problem. There's like 4 in here right now. And they're just like bouncing off the lights. And they're going like right in front of my face. I need that gun, but I don't want to spend like $50. It's that salt gun. It's like that big, and you just load it full of like coarse ground salt, and you basically shoot it at flies, and it kills / stuns them, and then you do whatever you need to get rid of them. Brick Rodeo was great. We were talking about it earlier. The event itself was a lot of fun. I didn't do as many games or workshops as I would have liked, but I was busy a lot, and I was I was really nervous about my mock, my Horizon mock. So I kind of babysat that whenever I had some free time. And then there was a bit of like, you know, I was trying to help where there was needed help and stuff like that. But it was good. I think it was a success. I think everybody had a good time. And hopefully the survey will reflect that. I've seen those. Have you seen those? They're like these little the zapper's about that big and it's on a handle and you can extend it and you just go trap it and it goes brrrt. I need one of those. I actually saw that on Amazon yesterday. So what else is going on? So we've got July releases, or weren't a ton. August releases. I'm not really going to talk a ton about August releases, but they are happening, and I know people are going to get them. And again, I probably will. I mean, Jaws is one of them. I think we've got some Star Wars stuff coming out, including the Dark Falcon, which I think is just the dumbest thing ever, but that's me. Like I said earlier, I'll probably end up getting, at least not day one, but at some point, the Lunar Rover, the old classic Apollo 11 Lunar Rover. That looks really cool. It's a lot more copper than I remember, and it's mostly because you don't think about it, but this is really weird. I have like 0 extra parts in this bag. You don't think about it, but everything you see is black and white. So you're just like, well, I just assume it's black and white. And you're like, well, that would be incorrect because in reality, they're made of all these colors. You just see everything in black and white because of the old film. Comic Tropes. Hey, Comic Tropes. This is my old buddy Chris from back when I was still a comic book artist and collecting comics. Everybody, if you can go to his channel, he does really, really great in-depth analysis of comic books, comic book artists and writers, creators, histories of certain titles and publishers. He also does live streams where he draws and takes questions and he interviews people. Really great stuff. So if you're into comic books, that's your channel to go to. Now we're going to put these two things together. Click. We got the front of this non-VW bug. And we're on to bag 3. How you doing, Chris? Oh, that's another one. I still haven't got the astronaut. I feel like that's going to be out for a little bit, so I'm okay not getting that like instantly. I don't know what this was that I just did, but ooh. So many ideas. Ooh. I'm so excited for all this, y'all. Look at these nice new double joint barbell things for these guys, for these click hinges. Wow. That's going to make so many mech builders happy. Oh. Yeah, we were talking about the Jaws one, too. He wants to watch a stream of me chasing flies with an electric zapper. I have a fly swatter, at least. I can start hitting them here, but it would be not fun. Get F. Make me swear on a YouTube channel. Philip, to answer your question, I will try to get back into doing the, or comment, I will try to get back into doing the Q2 Stadium. I really need to. If I ever want them to take it seriously and produce it, or buy the parts for it and have it displayed, I need to get working on it. Otherwise, it's gonna take me 10 years, like the Elizabeth Tower, Big Ben. So. I wish that were a GIF. Ah! F. Put some F's in the chat so I don't have to. Clips Films, Melbourne, hello. I think we got our first Australian person in here, which is great. Yeah, hang on a second. I'm gonna see if I can get a fly swatter. bright lights out here. I'm bringing a fly swatter. This is going to be high entertainment. Oh, I got one. Ha 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 ha. Seriously, about a week ago, we suddenly got inundated with flies. And we have no idea what happened, but they're like, people who usually do Big Nate Bricks. Hello. I'm not going to be able to keep up with everybody. Jaws set. Yes. The only reason I went with the Jaws set is so I can get, again, a Roy Scheider minifig. I think that's a must. And then I'll recreate the click. That was a nice click there. And then I can recreate the Russian ship in 2010. How does it compare to building Optimus? Well, so far, not bad. It's a lot smaller. Come here. Problem is I'm hitting my lights, and I don't want to hit them too hard because I'll knock them over. Lego and Killing Flies. Welcome to... I feel like Beelzebub is invading or something. Well, the hurricane didn't really get up this far. It skirted the edge of Austin. We didn't get a whole lot. Summer has a lot to do with it. Summer, there's just a lot of stuff. Maybe it pushed a lot of bugs our way. That's a good good thought. This is really interesting what they got going on here. So I don't know how this is going to shape up or what this is going to be. Yeah, so I won't really know until, and honestly, I haven't done anything with Voltron since I put it together. Optimus I recently rebuilt because he fell apart. So look at that setup we got there. You can see that the way the Technic joints are kind of going together in there so far. Yeah, Optimus is pretty simple. Like his head flips, his arms tuck in, and he folds at the waist. I think for this Optimus, they like turn his legs around, like oddly. Because I think just in the G1 Transformers, he just folds at the waist. I don't think his legs turn around, but I may be wrong on that. Give me some G1 aficionados, let me know in the chat if I'm right on that. But I think in the toy version, his hips twist around so you can get to the wheels easier. Big Nate talking to folks. Yeah, I was talking, so I'm on a social network called Blue Sky. It was supposed to be like a Twitter killer, or like a new Mastodon kind of thing, but it never really took off. But I've made a bunch of friends there. And so I'm staying on there for a little bit. It's very small and very insular. And the clientele is a lot younger and probably a little more adventurous than I am, I'll say. There's a lot of things that you have to click on to, this is a not safe for work post. I'm like, I know exactly what this is going to be, and I'm not going to click on it. But other than that, good people. And a lot of Lego fans in there, so I try to stay in there. And the reason I was... G1 Optimus does not turn around in the toy, just come down. And I think the Lego set turns, doesn't it? I don't know why I brought up Blue Sky. I need them to land on something. Yeah, clips. It's not going to be made. I know everybody wants a Megatron, but they're not going to do it. They're going to have to... The amount of double talk and backpedaling Lego would have to do to be able to do Megatron would power most of Europe, I feel like. Because they're seriously going to have to go back on... no, that's right. on decades of we don't do war, we don't do violence, we don't do guns, you know. I mean, they did a sop with camel once, and they've done Nazis in Indiana Jones. So, I mean, they could be like, all right, normally we wouldn't, but this time we could make an exception. But they can't do a G1 like they're doing with these guys. They could. Yeah, then just make Starscream. My guess is they may do Starscream and Soundwave. So it's like, you do realize that the robots themselves are carrying guns. Like, Prime, the robot, has a giant effing gun. But it's a pretend blaster cannon, or it's a pretend cannon on his arm. It's not a Walther P-38, right? It's not a actual weapon. So I get the sticking point, but I think, yeah, I think they would because the fans, but God, just hold still. Just land on something. Just stop buzzing back and forth. That's true. Well, but I mean, they made an old-time radio. This isn't necessarily for Gen Z. This is for the people who grew up with this toy. So they're making a lunar rover from the 60s. You know, they're making they've made an electric typewriter. They made a ship in a bottle. There's things that they're making that aren't, you know, of this generation. Like, even I didn't do ships in bottles. I may have had an electric typewriter. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'm like, come on, man. You know better than that. Oh, is this a sticker or a printed tile? Printed tile, cool. That is interesting. There's probably more escapism to be had there because of growing up in a hellscape that is our capitalist country, run by aging oligarchs. But, you know, that's just me. I would buy a lot of toys too, and I do. Yeah, we buy a lot of toys. So, according to the trivia that I ran at Brick Rodeo, which was a smash success, loved it. It went so well. My oldest child helped me with the scoring. The slideshow ran great. The questions were, I feel, probably a little too hard. So I know to up them to easy next time. But it ran really great. According to that, Lego markets their toys to 10-year-old boys in Germany. Haha, gotcha, sucker. I win. I think there's one more, though. So that's always been kind of the case. It's like, if you want to do well, you have to market your model to 10-year-old boys in Germany, which sounds like it's kind of almost like but that's the truth. All right, so here we've got basically the front. This is going to end up being like his legs. I don't know the transformation yet. Oh, and we're flying through this. I tell you what, we get through all these bags tonight. I will, I guess I'll design something on... Yep, there's one more flying around. I'll design something on Sunday. I mean, 4 bags in an hour is pretty fast. There's not a lot of pieces in here. It's not like I'm building at an insane rate or something. Give us our best and give us your impression of Starscream. Like, do a vocal impression. I would, but I think if I did it, my throat would go out and I wouldn't be able to talk the rest of the stream. I cannot do Chris Latta. I cannot do Chris Latta. I really wish I could. I can't do him and Cobra Commander. Chris Latta was the best Starscream, and the best version of Starscream was the movie. The line "Pathetic fools, there's no escape." So good. I will say my favorite line from the Transformers movie is Rumble, when they all jumped. Yeah, this seems like it's really fast, Johnny. I agree. And yeah, you crushed it on yours. Rumble jumps up onto the transmitter dome where Blaster is trying to radio back to the moon base. And he says, his arms transform. The transforming arms are always cracking me up. Everything else is mechanical. It's got a joint. It's got a servo. It's got a thing it clicks into, or whatever rotates. His arms transform from arms into these like pile drivers. They just kind of blur. They just kind of like that. Hey, you don't call Soundwave uncharismatic? He says, first we crack the shell, then we crack the nuts inside. Bam, 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 bam. So good. Highlight of the movie. Hello, Missy. How are you? Yeah, ow, my foot. Right after that. Pathetic force. There's no escape. Megatron, you. As your new leader. Wait, I still function. Wanna bet? So good. I may have seen that movie a few times. Oh, got you too. Come on, land so I can get you. Dude, so for those who aren't of a certain age, or maybe have gone back and watched G1 cartoons, they were toy commercials, right? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They were toy commercials. And they were rushed to get done. They were done by a handful of studios, not always the same studios. Sometimes the art was a different studio than the coloring. And then it got back to the States and they had to do something real quick with it with the voices. So it was a mess, but they had to get it done like instantly to get it into grubby little American hands so they could sell toys. Anyway, I went back and watched them, and oh man, that is not a good cartoon. Wow. I mean, even like old, like Gundam's even better, and it's older, right? Anyway. Well, I think they're trying to go with the original G1 look. Like we've got a semi-truck and a VW Bug or whatever. This car is not a VW Bug. Yeah, and nobody noticed. You're just happy that you see your toys playing. They're shooting at each other. That's all you're really there for. They were so bad. Which makes me like a lot of the newer stuff a little more, because you have nostalgic eyes for your favorite Thundercats or Tiger Sharks or Transformers or something, and then you go back and watch, or Voltron, and you go back and watch, you're like, oh god, can't believe I told my kids that this would be great to watch with me. It's terrible. So then you get the newer Voltron and it's rad. Even the new Thundercats that came out like 10 something years ago, that looked kind of like Legend of Korra or the new Voltron. I thought that was great. It just it got like aired at a funny time, and I don't think it got its fair shake. Even the new Thundercats that came out just a couple years ago, good take. It's fine. Like, if you like, Steven Universe or Adventure Time, that's your jam, that kind of animation. At the end of the day, it's a bunch of cat people talking to teddy bears on a planet full of lizards and an undead something or other. So, I mean, it's like, don't take yourself too seriously. What's up, Iceberg Bricks? What's up, Mel? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Why not? So yeah, the Cybertonian jet. I think like all of Transformers could be their Cybertonian counterparts, but I think they're trying to keep with the G1 thing. I think if you did a bunch of Cybertron vehicles, people would be like, "What are these now?" For those just joining us, I'm being inundated with flies. There's these two flies that are just bouncing back and forth between my two lights. And I'm trying to get it so they stay on one, but they're just so freaking out. So it's right in front of my face. So at one point, I'm probably going to knock down my camera. I've already hit it so it turns, so. Yeah, Legendary Defender was so amazing. Very, very good cartoon. Like, I was sad when it was over. It was really good. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Get the tennis racket ones. It's the lights. Like, I just need them to stay on one light long enough so I can hit them. But they're like, I'm on this light, I'm on this light, I'm on this light, I'm on this light. They land and go, oh, look, there's another one. Fly over here. Oh, look, there's another one. And fly over here. So it's just, I'm going to have to just kind of deal. They're really frustrating. And our animals are terrible. They are bad predators. Oh, so Justin, have you been watching the new X-Men animated series, X-Men 97 on Disney? Your thoughts? I think it's fantastic. What else is going on? What is everybody watching? What is everybody reading? What is everybody excited for? Other than Lego, which doesn't have to be about 100% about Lego. We can talk about other things. Did I see somebody say She-Ra? Oh, the She-Ra show is really, really good. Like, I didn't think I was going to like it too much. I thought I might get into it a little bit, but it was quite good. Like, I was really happy with it. The Acolyte and the Boys, that's pretty much what I'm watching. And House of Dragons. And what else? I'm trying to go back and watch, like, Deadwood. But I got really kind of burnt out on it because I felt like people were just being aggravating to be aggravating. And the main cop, Timothy Oliphant's character, was like, I get it. You're a mad guy. Like, I didn't know why he was mad, but he was always mad. Got a vacation next week. Sweet. Terry Pratchett. Cool. I'm catching a power nap now, but I'm still listening. Hi, Mayo. Yeah, it's like 2 a.m. there. Oh, speaking of crappy movies, Chris, I just watched today Godzilla X Kong, Godzilla times Kong, Godzilla multiplied by Kong. New World Order or New World Empire, right? Super fun. A lot more. It's like the most fun, I think, of the newer monster movies that I've had. Watching, that's black. Do I need black? Or is there a black? There isn't a black. No, that's right. Super, like, I had a lot of fun watching it. Left my expectations at the door. This is after watching the Monarch TV show. And, oh yeah, like, the humans even were pretty good in it. Now, it's no Godzilla, it's not year zero, G0 minus, or whatever, -1, Godzilla -1. That was a film. That was amazing. Like, I even cared about the humans in that one. It was, if you haven't seen that, even if you're not a Godzilla fan, do yourself a favor. It's wonderful. Yeah, it's just so good. Highly recommended. I feel bad because we saw it. I took my son to see it, and we went to East Side Cinema over. Do you know where the Metro Park is on like East 12th? They do like single run event. It used to be like the Blue Light Drive-In or Blue something Drive-In, and they moved over to that Millennium Park, and so we went and saw it there. And it was the last showing. And it was like, it's like a bunch of folding chairs and the screen. It was fine. It was a big screen and a good projector and everything, but it was very small. And I felt bad that I didn't see it in like a giant Cineplex or something like that, but it was still amazing. Then I watched it again on streaming somewhere, and it was equally as good. It was just brilliant. Yeah, Blue Star, something like that. Drive-in over on Miller was there for a while. Anyway, I think the people who ran that are now running that East Side Cinema. Good place to go. Like, they will run old 80s movies or some new-ish run stuff. Good times. But yes, -1's a very good movie. This is a pretty good movie as well. I'm skipping this song because it's annoying as F. I like that they're kind of developing this Monarch Monsterverse kind of thing, independent from whatever the -1 Shin Godzilla, that kind of oh. Damn. Oh. Couldn't do it left-handed. Oh, I know. Like the other day I skipped out. I didn't skip out. I was tired. We were running Brick Rodeo stuff. And I had mentioned to a handful of people, including folks from the LAN, that I was like, we were talking about doing foodie stuff while they were in Austin. And I was like, well, I'm not a foodie, but I like breweries. So if anybody wants to come to a brewery, like at some point, let me know and we'll hook up. We'll hang out. And so a couple people said, yeah, that sounds great. We'll let you know when we're there. And then while I was at the convention, I was like, all right, well, we're done for this part now. I'm going to run back. I'm going to run over to this place and have a couple beers before it gets too late, if anybody wants to go. And nobody went. But my oldest, Rowan, met me over there, and we hung out, and we had pizza, and they had a margarita, and I had a beverage, and it was cool. And I'm like, you are a grown-ass person. It's pretty funny. So that's what I was thinking. That's why I brought this up, Chris. I was watching this movie today, and I don't know what struck me. Like, it didn't hit me right away, but also that bit right there is kind of hard to get on when you get to that step, because you've got 3 Technic pins and this axle to get these 2 things into, and it's a little complicated. So keep that in mind when you get there. I'm not a big fan of Technic stuff, but so there's a scene in Godzilla X Kong where and I'm trying not to spoil it, but it's in the trailer where King Kong has like that giant it looks like a school bus on his arm. He gets hurt, and they find if there's a prototype thing that they've been working on to kind of like help him fight other Titans. And one happens to be near the outpost that they're close to. So they go get it, and the outpost is ruined. Yeah. Oh, Justin, you name a time and place, man. I'm like always up to going checking out breweries and things. So you can ask Beth. I need to get out of the house sometimes because I'm here all day. And all I'm doing is cleaning and working and taking care of the house, and then occasionally doing Lego stuff. So anytime. The outpost. The outpost was right there. They're like, oh yeah, that prototype we were developing for Khan just happens to be right there. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's convenient. But anyway, the outpost looked like it would be a great Lego set. Like, it struck me. I'm like, this would be great. It's like bright yellow. It's got like fallen girders. It looks like you could use some striped black and yellow tiles on some of the outside pieces. And I'm like, this would be great as a set, right? I'm thinking like Jurassic World type of thing where there's enclosures and there's like little bitty play features. You do get the big Kong, Godzilla, Tiamat, I think was one of them. Different Tiamat, not MCU Tiamat. Mothra, but then you can get all the characters too. All the scientists and all the security personnel and all the vehicles they use and all the great locations and kind of some of the smaller ancillary beasties and things like that. You know, you can do some of the middle, what is it? Brain fart. The stuff underneath our Earth, but it's not under Earth. Why can't I think of this? Somebody help me out in the chat. Hollow Earth. It's a Hollow Earth. Thank you. Thank you, brain. The funny part was they're in Hollow Earth and Kong goes to this area and the subtitle says subterranean area. And what is it? Ryan George, the YouTuber, he does his pitch meeting and he's like, and so they go into this underground area and he's like, so it's the hollower Earth? It's like, I don't know. Very funny. Yeah, for sure. You could 100% do it like that, where you get like Kong and Godzilla are the big figures, and they can do big mechs. They've done a giant AT-AT, so give them big. You know, they don't have to be completely posable, but give them enough to where you could maybe move their arms and their head or something, and they stand still. And then give them a bunch of like little things to go with it, little doctors and things. I don't know why. I mean, I do. It's probably very expensive to get the IP for it and licensing, but I think they should do that. All right, there we are. That's going to be, I think, his upper body. Arms will attach here. Another thing that was a success, apparently, was at Brick Rodeo was a game called Taskmaster for you Brit fans or you British people. Taskmaster, God dang it, is a British panel game show. Now they're flying around in my face. Hosted by Steve Davis, and he gets comedians and actors and writers and whatever other famous British people to do tasks, and it's usually you get 5 contestants per season, and it's weeks long thing where they come in and they pre-videotape them doing certain things, or they have them do stuff right there, or they bring in stuff, and it's very, very funny. So we did a version of that, and sadly, all right, Brick Blaze, take care, man. Are you next? I pulled this up to see who was next. Thursday is, yes. So from 10 to 11, Brick Blaze. And I think I've got you in the chat or in the description below. So everybody go make sure to subscribe to Brick Blaze. And if you haven't, he's got a TikTok account too. So go check him out. I've been seeing all his TikToks talking recently. I recently followed him on that. What bag am I on? 5. Honestly, Lego Gundam would be a good thing. I'm kind of don't know why we don't have that. We've got Voltron. I can't imagine. Ooh, this is a newish piece. It's like the 1x2 mod, but it's a little longer. 1 stud longer. So, yeah, so I appreciate everybody being here. Thanks for coming on the 72-hour stream. This is usually something done around this time of year, around July-ish. It's kind of smack dab in the middle of convention season, so you'll have people talking about having gone to Brick Fair, Virginia, or Brick Rodeo, or a couple weeks ago having gone to Brick World Chicago. Yeah, they might. And I think a lot fewer people know Gundam than they do Transformers. Transformers was, an Americanization of that sort of, what's the phrase I'm looking for? It's a Japanese phrase for transformable something, where there was like Dairuger stuff that was adapted. But I think Transformers is wholly American, right? Like there's a lot of transformable stuff going on, but I think Transformers was one that was conceived of here. But then there was like a huge split in the timing and the... I know Robotech had a huge thing, but I think there was another, like, they went a different way in Japan with their Transformers, different stories and stuff. You gotta do your birthday? Yeah, so my birthday's about this time of year, too. It's the end of June, and so I can see that being a thing where I'd get to do that as well. Right. Okay. Yep. There is a YouTube channel called Secret Galaxy, and it used to be Toy Galaxy. And they do a lot of histories of kind of thing. It's one of my favorite channels. They just had a thing today about Labyrinth. It's really great. And they have, I don't know how many videos they have about Transformers and Robotech and all this stuff that we got from Japan that got bastardized into an American product by Hasbro or Harmony Gold or whoever did it. The Labyrinth one was really interesting. I forget that Labyrinth was Jim Henson's last movie. I always forget that. And that seems like so long ago, too. I was like, no, really? He died well after that. Nope. See, we had headmasters, too, didn't we? Didn't America have headmasters? We had Headmaster's Toys. We had the ones with the buildable... They had the little robots that were almost like Micronauts, where they had a little pilot and everything. So now we're at movable parts. And this goes back. Click. Oh, goodness. That's a lot of clicking. Wow, that is very robust. That is no joke. 2 of those things on there. Holy schneekies. Oh, and then we go down this way. Okay, so now we're transformed into that. When you go to transform it, this joint right here is going to be... That's beefy. I'll tell you what. God damn it, Bobby. Oh, so there's a part in the Kong Godzilla movie where King Kong has Godzilla's attention, and he's like, hey, buddy, come on, we got to go down into the Hollow Earth to fight these other guys. And he's like gesturing to the thing, and Godzilla's not having any of it. He's running at him. And so they start fighting, and Kong's like, they're fighting in Egypt, so he just gets a handful of sand and throws it in Godzilla's face. And I found a meme later that was Dale from King of the Hill. He's like, pocket sand. And I was like, yep, that's pretty funny. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. I remember them being like, we're just carrying on with this. And America went, yeah, but we need to sell more toys, so we're going to do a movie. And Japan went, yeah, we're going to keep doing the show. And ever since then, it really kind of went its own way. Finally, I get to see one of these pieces in person. Flat 1x2 with that 45-degree angle cut on it. Hot diggity. And it goes here. Oh, it clips into there. Okay, cool. Cool. Do another one over here. Harmony Gold was fast with the licenses. That is such a mess. The only IP that is more messy than Robotech is Gundam. Gundam has like, and I don't think Gundam was because of its licensing either. It was pretty much like the same group, but they just were like, yeah, we're tired of that. Let's start this new world. There's like 15 different universes that they go through, or storylines, and then they're like, what, have we resolved all of these storylines together? Nope. Admittedly, I haven't watched a whole lot of Gundam. I started from the very beginning, like the 80s stuff, and I kind of stopped. Not because I didn't like it, but I just stopped. So I want to go back and watch some more of it. Yeah, that tile is going to be great for mosaics. You called it, Missy. Oh, dude. Don't even watch the trailer. The trailer does not. The trailer makes it look just like a regular old monster movie. You really have to watch it. It's so much smaller than a monster movie. It's just so well done. I thought so, and I really liked Shin Godzilla, and I still do, but Shin Godzilla is very much a it's not a parody. They're specifically making fun of bureaucracy in Shin Godzilla. So it gets a little weighted on the people part. And with the people, I don't really care all that much about the people in that one. Because they're still like kind of just archetypes. But in -1, it's very much Godzilla is basically the weather. It's the zombies in Walking Dead. It's like if they weren't there, it would be a typhoon or it'd be a catastrophic blizzard or something, right? It's just a thing that these people have to deal with. Oh no, yeah, they just came out. In fact, we could have ordered them. I can't really talk about it for a thing that we do. And I don't know that I got many this time, but yeah, they're relatively new. Earlier this year, I think. Ooh, yeah. Ugh. That sounds terrible. It's almost like what comic book publishers try to do every once in a while. They're like, we're going to have a global event that just realigns everything. Multiverse Saga or Crisis on Infinite Earths or, something like that where it's like, we're just going to bring it all back together. It's like, to what? You still have 5 million characters. Or you're going too soon because you're just going to break out and tell all kinds of stories, so. Oh, these flies, man. I tell you what. Holy jinkies. How am I liking the build so far? Yeah, it's very much like a, look how well we push papers. It's like, okay. The 3386 piece curved snot brick piece. Curved snot brick piece. I don't know what that is. This one? Scott's Blocks, how are you? Thank you for being here. Welcome to the 72-hour LEGO community live stream. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're following along with everybody. Again, I'm going to put this link in the documents. If you haven't already, I don't want edit. You don't need edit. I don't have my keyboard up here. I don't think it'll let you edit, but that should be the schedule of things for the next little bit on the weekend. The build's good. The build is fast. It's very low on Technic. It's very heavy on system. And I like that because it gets done quick. Get ready for your hour tomorrow. Fantastic. Everybody go check out... Where is it? Scott's Blocks at 8 to 9 p.m. Friday night. Make sure to check that out. Make sure you subscribe to everybody on that list and just set an alert for their 72-hour stream. That way you know when it's their time and you can just pop on and say hi. Easy peasy. Yeah, I don't... You need permission to edit, and I just didn't want anybody to have to go through that, so... So I am still stuck playing Horizon Forbidden West. I'm on it's my third playthrough. I'm not even skipping dialogue. Like, I just like the game so much. So I am not super excited. Oh, I almost got him. About the Lego Horizon Adventures. It'll be fine. I'll get it. We've talked about it on this stream. I've got no problem with it. Bringing in new fans and being cute and all that stuff. It's just kind of, I don't know. Why would I not want to put this tile on? The new 2x2 decorated tile has the iconic Autobot insignia denoting the allegiance during the war against the evil Decepticons. Okay, why? Answer me this. Why would you just put a regular tile on there? Why would you not put the Autobot symbol on there? That seems... Okay, I have an extra 2x2 white tile now, or yellow tile. Maybe people want to keep that tile and keep it nice, so they put the yellow one on there, but I mean, I don't know, it seems sus. Yeah, this is a quick build, boyo. Ready to run some trains! Bag 6. So, here's the thing. I'm going to try, but I don't think I'm going to get through all these bags tonight. I'm going to try, but I only have 2 hours of my stream, so here's the deal. I do not want people to miss out on... Who's next? On Brick Blaze. Is he a robot in disguise? I think the disguise part comes from the transforming into the car, but I agree. Maybe he wants to be further in disguise. So here's the thing. Brick Blaze starts at 10 o'clock, but I will... If you want to go over there, great. If not, I think I'm just going to finish this out because I'm going to get close by the time it's 10 o'clock, and I don't want to like start up a whole new thing on Sunday. So you're free to go over to his stream, and I expect you to. I will continue just leaving this running if anybody wants to hang out here. How's that? Does that sound all right? Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't put an Autobot tile on there, but that's just me. I feel like I'm missing pieces, but I get to the end, and there's no missing pieces. Rippin' and a tearin'. Rippin' and a tearin'. Anybody remember that? Early internet days. I also really like these double snot bricks in that color. It's a pretty nice color. Well, I was going really... Oh, there it is. Dual streams! Dual streams! It does seem pretty cool. I like it. Oh. Need a black 2x6. Sorry. Building away from the camera. Going as fast as I can. I've missed all the text too. This piece used for the arm build was the first developed to be used in LEGO Optimus Prime set 10302. So I don't know what piece they're talking about. Oh, this piece. Optimus Prime. You're hoping to get a set this weekend? Yeah, so I was trying to get a couple sets at the convention this weekend, and I couldn't find any that I wanted. I was a little upset, but they are kind of new. I was hoping to get the SLS set, the Rocket, but nobody had it in their shop. And if they did, I got to it too late. And I also thought about getting a bunch of printed tiles from some like Citizen Brick and Bedrock Press and stuff like that, but didn't pull the trigger on a lot of that. So that's usually the regret that I have, is not being able to support some vendors, but they don't really have a lot of deals until you get to like later in the con, and they're like, I got to move some stuff. Everything is either like just straight up ticket price or even pricier. So I generally don't get them right away, if at all. There's a lot of this going on. A lot of this piece with putting like 2x4 plate or 2x1 plates on it. Now, Justin, is this set really cool or is this stream really cool? If you're new, please make sure to like and subscribe. Helps this channel grow. I'll tell you what, my channel does not need growing. I've been streaming for 4 years and change, and I haven't added a new subscriber in like 2 months. I keep saying that I do, but then I look at it, I'm like, nope, I'm still at the same number. So I do not care if you like and subscribe. I will continue to do this on my own, whether people are here or not. But I very much appreciate everyone who is here currently. So thank you for showing up. You all are magical people, and you probably all smell very wonderful. And I bet you put your shopping carts back in their holsters and their holders when you're done shopping. There was a podcast that kind of went under because, well, it didn't go under, it's still there, but it kind of changed formats because of something, ironically, that happened to them, which exactly mirrored a story they were reporting on, and they kind of went, yeah, that happened to us as well. It's called Reply All. If you know what I'm going to talk about, you know what the story is. But Reply All was this podcast that I really enjoyed. It was kind of along the vein of like Radio Lab or something, where they found a thing and they did, you know, they tried to kind of explore the technical aspects of things, how social media kind of fed into your life, and that kind of stuff. It was very entertaining, and the hosts were really funny because one was kind of an investigative kind of podcast reporter kind of figure. Think like Ira Glass kind of figure, and the other one was not. He was more the technical one. Really liked digging into problems and things, and so I really liked the show. They had a segment called Yes, Yes, No, which they would have a tweet read to them by one of their producers, and they would try to explain to them what the tweet meant, especially if it was very dense with internet jargon, right? So what happened to them was They were doing a report on a cooking channel show internet group, Bon Appetit, which Bon Appetit was a magazine and stuff like that. But at the time, Bon Appetit was also doing. There's a fly landed right in the middle there. Did y'all see that? Hey, Journal of the Sky, we got 2 Scots in here. Watch out for cart narcs. Isn't a sub a sandwich? It could be. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Discuss. Anyway, so they're doing reporting on basically the racist group that was Bon Appetit, where they would underpay some of the people doing a lot of the more interesting food journalism kind of thing, and they, people who wanted their own shows and they weren't given the chance to get their own shows, but they were expected to do a lot of the work and all the really bad stuff, right? And it turns out that the podcast itself was going through almost the exact same thing, but it was more of a underpaid minority, underpaid women kind of thing. And they didn't really realize what was happening, right? They didn't know this was going on. Haha. See that? He did. I got him. 1 of 2. Over there. So, hope the other one gets the fear of death in him and decides to go away. So it was very interesting. The fact that this thing basically folded because they were kind of hoisted on their own petard, basically. And I was going somewhere with this. Something that I was doing which related to, I don't know, building or something. All right, so this is all done, and then we put this connecting to here and here. I want to hear a click. Okay. Or as I say in French, click. There's a lot of pieces left. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, I missed all this. So worried about getting this on here. So if anybody can remember why I was telling the story of Reply All, then, I don't know. Should have brought in live bumblebees instead of flies. You get a bumblebee, and you get a bumblebee. Oh, so are we all caught up on Acolyte? Everybody watching Acolyte? I think I'm the only one really who's probably watching it, but these are all extra. That's good. Bag 7. We might get through 10. If we don't, I apologize for almost getting you through a full build. I could have started without going into the whole brick rodeo thing, but missing pieces got to start all over. All right, next half hour is me taking all this apart. You can see it's starting to take shape and it's starting to look like a car, but it's not a VW bug, apparently. I always thought it was. Oh, episode 5 was real good. Like the one before that even was pretty good. I'm really liking, I didn't at first like the Nolan Tennant method of telling a story out of sequence and whatever, but I do like the Rashomon different perspective storytelling that they got going on now. I wish Carrie Ann Moss was in more of it, because she's kind of holding the whole show, honestly. She's doing really good. And she's not in all of it. Jedi Wookiee was terrifying. Yes, kill the fly. I also really... Johnny G, how are you? Yeah, it doesn't... really look like a VW Bug or it doesn't look like a Bumblebee car. It's fine, but it's not great. It kind of is meh. But yeah, that is my complaint too. Which is fine, because most of the time he's going to be in robot form standing next to Prime, so it's okay. Shoot. Oh, so the main character, or the main bad guy, is... forget his name now. I forget the actor's name. Somebody help me out in the chat. The kid from The Good Place is basically... and I don't honestly know his name in the show either. It's like Quimic or something. But there's a joke that his name is Darth Bortles because of how much he liked the football player Bortles from when he was a character in The Good Place, which I thought was hilarious. Darth Bortles. They can do a Darth Jar Jar. Oh, okay. Can I get a show of hands who think the Dark Falcon is a good idea for a set? Are we really at that point where that's a good thing? Manny Jacinto. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Or Jacinto. Here in Tejas, we say Jacinto. Yeah, I may change them into their different modes, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, Darth Bortles. I thought that was funny. He's really good. Like, I thought it was just because he was, you know, pretty and got jacked and he's got a good face and everything, but he's solid. Like, I'm really enjoying his portrayal. It's kind of sad. Like, the one person that's not my favorite is the main actress, May and Osha. Not my favorite. She's not bad. There's just kind of something about her that I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I don't like that they got two different girls to play the young girls, but they got the same girl to play the older girl. It's like, you guys know we can see that they're different, right? Why not get two actresses to play? If the confusion when she's grown up is like supposed to be a thing, get the two same actors as kids to play the same. I don't understand that. Not a fan of that choice. Let's not make a new ship. Let's recolor it. What ship are we talking about? The ship in the show is pretty good. There's a couple. I haven't seen too much of Maze / the Sith's ship, but I do like the Jedi shuttle ship. And honestly, on this channel, we did a microfighter version of that. I thought it turned out rather good. The other ship that I kind of like is we've now seen another Jedi shuttle that's roughly the same, but it looks like it might be a newer version, which makes me think they gave a bad, crappy version, like last year's model, to Saul and his crew to go investigate stuff. I think it's funny. They're like, no, don't take one of the good ships. Why don't you take the loner? Oh, the Dark Falcon. Okay, the only saving grace about the Dark Falcon, because first of all, it's got a Darth Jar Jar in it, and that's just... I'm sorry. That's just... There's no way that's good for Lego. But there are two... Yeah, so everybody's happy that they're going to get Thrawn, and I get that, and Jedi Bob, whatever. I do like that two of the characters in the Dark Falcon are named Greeble and Scala. I think that's clever. I think that could have been a nod at any other point in Lego's history of making sets. The fact that they did it as kind of like a fan gimmick is fine. But overall, I'm like, really? we've been clamoring for so many other ships to be done that were like actually in canon or in Legends, and instead we get a made up ship with a bunch of made up characters. So Chris, Dark Falcon is a set that's coming out. I think it's an August 1st set. It's a fan set. It's a dark Millennium Falcon. It's a black and red Millennium Falcon. So it's like a Sith Falcon. And it has characters in it like Darth Jar Jar and Jedi Darth Vader, or Jedi Vader. And Jedi Vader is basically Vader, but he's all white. And then it's got two other characters that are like pilots or a comms worker or something. And it's like Jane Scala and Car Greeble or something like that. Which Scala is an old Lego theme from a long time ago. And Greeble is Greebling. So that's funny, right? I like that. I don't like that they put it on just this. It's such a cash grab. Haven't heard of Rebuild the Galaxy. Yeah. Yeah, the Dark Falcon's one of the sets. Do you have it yet, Justin? So Justin's our resident RFLM. He is a Lego fan media person. He's got a community on Instagram and YouTube, but he's one of the ambassadors who does the set reviews, gets them early, and is reviewing them for his channel. And I don't know if you've got that yet or not, as a not Star Wars fan. So yeah, it's kind of a what if for Marvel. I can kind of give him that, but at the same time, I'm like, but nobody wanted a what if for Star Wars. We all just wanted kind of regular Star Wars for Star Wars. Okay, here's the difference. The what if for Star Wars is Star Wars Visions, and they haven't done anything for that. There's a lot of cool stuff in that, and they won't do anything for that. They just make up a thing. That's kind of where it gets me too. And now there's a set where you can get a Thrawn, and everyone's like, well, remember that Thrawn that was a big thing for people from that Rebels set? Click. Bag 8. I call for buildable Jar Jar Binks. Like a head, like a bust. Who is it? Jake Sadovich, which I think some of you may know. He's kind of a big mock builder in the community. I'm going to go ahead and say right now, I'm not going to get through these other bags in 15 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. I'm not going to get through these. And I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to not jinx it. I don't want to sully it for the next stream. So I'm going to hold off after this bag. And I'll finish it on Sunday, and then I'll have something else to do as well on Sunday. We can go back into designing a little bit. We can take a look at some other stuff. So if y'all don't mind, I can feel my throat getting a little scratchy, and I'll probably need to stop talking in a few minutes. So this builder, Jake Sadovich, which he was at Brick Rodeo, didn't even say hi to him, don't know what he looks like, but he was there. And we had to, as one of the co-chairs, I was involved with Justin about awarding people or nominating builders for their mocks. And we all came together, and Jake had something in most categories, right? He had a couple things in Star Wars, he had a couple things in life size, he had a couple things in what was the other thing? pop culture. Like he had a bunch of stuff in everywhere. Plus, you know, people were giving him like nice part usage and whatever. First time displaying at Brick Rodeo, maybe, I forget. Anyway, one of his things. Oh, cool! This color, so axe handle in yellow. That's pretty rad. That'll be good for stuff like this. He had two things that one of which we nominated for Star Wars scene or something like that. The one of them was, you know, the helmets that Star Wars does. Well, he did one that was just Princess Leia's hair with the buns, and we were like, yeah, that's very cheeky. You know, that's like, yeah, we've done everything else. Why not? And the other Star Wars thing, which was also equally cheeky. Yeah, his he was the dude that was like kind of was he the scraggly like long beard dude? Is that who it was? Yeah, that pedal car was so nice. Oh, like I didn't think it was real. I thought it was, or Lego. I thought it was just a pedal car. It was so fantastic. But he did a you know how everybody buys, or who has bought the UCS Millennium Falcon, and they have nowhere to put it, so they make a coffee table, or they put it in a coffee table, like underneath the coffee table, or they get one of those glass encased coffee tables, or they have one specially made, and you're like, tell me you got a lot of extra cash without telling me you got a lot of extra cash, because then, you know, you bought one of the most expensive sets ever, and you have a custom coffee table for it. So anyway, he built a Millennium Falcon about that big, and then he built a coffee table around it and put like a coffee cup and a remote on top of it. I'm like, that is awesome. Like, I want to give you all the awards. Very creative and clever. Oh, I'm bummed. This thing lulled me into a false sense of security. I thought I could finish it all. It's like, here, we're going to give you 5 and 10 piece bags for the first hour and a half. And then this last bit, you're not going to get done in time. Sorry. We're going to double up the parts. Oh, so... that's not worth talking about. So yeah, very good builds. Good builds all over. The castle / fantasy section this year was just crushing it. There were so many good, large displays in the castle fantasy and mosaics this year. It must have been the year for... I almost hit a giant pile of Legos with my fly swatter. They would have just gone everywhere. Yeah, so ton of castles, all very good. A lot of mosaics rimming around the rim. Yeah. On the edge of the con. So that was good. So here's your printed tile. Wow, it's not even a printed tile, y'all. Check this out. It's a printed slope. That's Bumblebee's face. That's pretty stellar. I really like that a lot. Hey, again, Lego playing with emotions. Yep. And I like the way the axe handles are his little head pieces. That's really clever. Really, really well done. Hate it. There's stickers involved somewhere. I saw a sticker sheet. I don't... Oh, there it is. Oh, good. These are for license plates and bumpers. And then for the stand, if you want a stand. I didn't realize there was a stand. I don't remember a stand with... Optimus. Is there a special slope in here? There is a special slope. Look at that. That's so, like, that's so classy G1 look. Oh, I love it. Super happy with this. And then closed up the back end so you don't have open studs back there. Very nicely done. And we're going to stick his little head in here. Like that. And then build a trunk around it. No, it's not textured. It's just a smooth print. So it looks cool, but it's definitely not got any ribbing or anything on it. So you guys make sure to go check out after this Brick Blaze. He's on from 10 to 11 for you night owls. I'm gonna try to wrap up this bag by then. I don't even know if I can get through the bag now. And then after Brick Blaze's minifigure collector from 11 to 12 a.m. You can see all this in the description, plus the link that I shared. So if you had your druthers, and we got a 5, got our fun 5s. I always show those off because that just, I think, breaks people's brains a little bit. If you had your say, let's say Lego execs were like, we want your favorite Transformer in here, what Transformer would you get? I already have mine locked in. What Transformer would you want them to make? And would you be all right if they did a different version, like a comic book version or a cartoon version later or a Michael Bay version? Yeah, Super Owls on Saturday morning. I don't even think I have it in there. No, Johnny builds 1 to 4 a.m. Wow, dude. You gonna sleep after that? So yeah, this is the opening night. Kicks it all off. Minifigure collector. Tomorrow, we've got people all in the AM groups. We got Rula, Brickable Cow, MJ and Brett's Builds, Bunny Bricks, kind of bringing us to about 1 a.m. Old and Surly from midnight to 1, and then kind of some regular friends. We got Bunny Bricks, Clickin' and Bricken, Tim's Brick Ad. I don't know that one. Brick Bods, they've been around for a while. London Bridge Bricks, been around a while. Mayo, Oaktown, Hope Castle, Scott's Blocks, Mayo again. That's your Friday. So during the day, some familiar faces, some new folks. Make sure to check them all out. And again, I appreciate y'all being here, keeping me company. Jetfire. That was mine. I was going to lock that in. I know it would never happen, but Devastator. Devastator is a bit greedy because that's 6. You have to have 6 to get that. You can't just build 1. Nobody would follow an uncharismatic bull like you. Hey, who you calling uncharismatic? Yeah, you need the yellow, the lime, the super neon green and purple Devastator. And then march him down. Prepare for extermination. I haven't seen the movie at all. Is it good? Yeah, and Jetfire. Jetfire's hilarious because Robotech came out, I think, I want to say like right before Transformers, but I think maybe right after the first season of Transformers. I'm trying to remember my dates. If Chris was in here, I think he might know for sure, but you can look it up. But it was very fun to know that. So Jetfire is also my answer. I would also accept Shockwave. Although Mirage is a very cool one because he's that kind of cool Monaco racing. It's not a Formula One, but it's that weird slopey fender car thing. Anyway, he's very cool. I also had a cool Power. So when Robotech came out, and Robotech is, of course, the Americanization of Macross, it had these fighter jets, these Veritech fighter jets that were basically Jetfire. And I thought, hey, this cartoon is ripped off Jetfire. Little did I know that it was probably the other way around. Yeah, if we ever get a Decepticon, it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be Soundwave and Starscream, and everybody will just be like, what about Megatron? But yeah, I was like, this is super cool. I really like these Veritech fighters. And it was the same thing. It was roughly an F-14 Tomcat, but it was built slightly different, which kind of fed into the 80s kid in me who had been watching Top Gun. But then it turned into the Battleoid, which was basically the jet with arms and legs, and then the fully into the Guardian, which was the robot version, right? I was like, well, this is very much like Jetfire. And Jetfire even had the added, like, the booster rockets on his back and the extra armament on his arms and legs. It was fantastic. Like, it was a great time to be a kid in the 80s when those things were out. And then they had to kill Roy Fokker, man. Why you gotta do that to a kid? I didn't know how to deal with death. Oh, we got a sticker. Oh, do we got time to put this sticker on? I got about 4 minutes. I love Cybertron. We're going with that one. So we're going to crank this on real quick. We got about 4 minutes before we'll turn it over to Brick Blaze. This is a bumper sticker, so it shouldn't go on that. Iron Eagle. Yeah. I do remember Iron Eagle. Iron Eagle was pretty good. It wasn't, you know, it was like Showtime's Top Gun. If Top Gun was HBO, Showtime was Iron Eagle. But Iron Eagle was pretty good. And there goes my voice. Perfect timing. I think it lasted the perfect 2 hours. So I really appreciate you guys being here. Got about 3 minutes left before you spin it over to Brick Blaze. Ooh. It snaps in here. Be careful because it's these modified clips and they tend to break after a time. So this goes down like that. I think his head is supposed to go down a little bit. And then we got license plates, and then we're done. You know what? GoBots was just as good, honestly. Do we want Bumblebee or Goldbug? I'm doing Bumblebee. Bumblebee 84. And you can put Goldbug on the other one. And I don't think you have to have it. Either one. See, it says Goldbug, and this isn't a VW. Alright. Bag 9. That's where we're going to stop. Again, thank you very much, Haley Bricks, for putting this on. Oh, do I have 1 bag left? That can't be right. No, I got 2 bags left. 2 bags. I'll finish this up on Sunday. We got Bumblebee 84. I will finish this up on Sunday as well as have, we'll break over into some more studio work, some studio designing. Sunday, 10 a.m. Central. Thank you for being here. Make sure to go over to Brick Blaze's channel. Show him some love. Shy Time, showing up. Perfect timing, man. Thanks for being here. And again, I'm here all Thursday nights from 8 to 10. Sundays from 10 to noon. Mostly studio designs and some other stuff. Occasional builds like this. So whenever you can come by and hang out for a couple hours with some nice stuff. Yeah, grab a beer, grab a snack, and we'll hang out. So I will talk to you all later. Thanks again. Bye.